Chapter 16, Hopes and Positive Thinking. There are two important attributes that every individual must possess. One is hope, and the other is positive thinking. To a person without these two, life will be difficult and meaningless, and it will also be so for the people with whom they live. Everyone has to cultivate these two things so that they can lead a full life. Children look up to their parents with hope and seek protection in them. If parents themselves do not have hopes, how can children cultivate hope and positive thinking? You must have lots of hope. If you are doubtful inside and hopeful outside, you are a dual person. It will not kindle confidence in the people who depend on you. It will slowly spread to them also. If you are hopeful and are positive, you can face any kind of challenge, whether you face failure or success, whether you are happy or depressed. If you have hopes, your foundation is strong. Fill the vacuum with hopes. It makes you to see the next day. There are many who pose that they are positive thinking people, but are in fact very weak minded and are full of anger, lust, and irritation. When they interact with others, they are full of smiles, pleasantries, etc. However, only they know how miserable they are. They not only make their life miserable, but also make their family miserable. Many people are full of hopes and are positive thinking people when it comes to worldly goals and achievements. A poor man says, I want to make money. One day I will be rich. And I will cross this hurdle and fulfill my desire of possessing this. Those who are rich want to be richer. They want to make more money and get recognized for their money and position. They want to use gods and gurus for achieving their aim. Once a lady came to me with her child and started discussing about surrender, service, Atman, etc. The discussion went on for 3 hours. After the discussion was over, when she was about to leave, her child, who had come with her, disturbed her inadvertently. Instead of pacifying the child, she shouted at him. If she continues to treat the child like that, what will happen to it? Can it look with hope to its mother? Can the child cultivate positive thinking and self confidence? Externally, the person was posing as if she was following everything, but inside she was not. I am saying this because surrender, Atman, etc. are not for talking and discussion. It is for practice. When you are broken, don't talk about integrity. When you talk about these things, Cosmos immediately tests and shows where you really stand. As a rule, any person who is born has to suffer. When you face difficulties, if you are filled with doubts and pretend to have hopes, then you are losing. In spite of all the difficulties and sufferings, if you genuinely have hopes and positive thinking, then your life is complete. We have to suffer because of prarabdha, the effect of accumulated karma from previous births. It cannot be changed. If you cultivate hopes and positive thinking, we can change tomorrow. These will change your life completely. So far, you were doing things with ignorance. With these, you become wise, and with wisdom, you can change your future. Even a Jivan Mukta, one who has realized truth while living, has to suffer in life to get rid of his prarabdha. We see many jnanis suffering with lots of physical ailments. They do not immediately merge with the cosmos but have to live for some more time after realization of truth to get rid of their prarabdha. Thus, we can know that even a jnani has to undergo his prarabdha. They are the people who suffer externally, but inside they are completely free without any suffering. Cosmos will also fulfill their desires if any are still remaining without fulfillment in the present life so that they can leave their body without desire. This shows that desire need not be burnt, it has to be transcended. When we face the fence, we need not cross it. We have to choose the alternatives. These fences or desires have to be transcended. Let them remain as they are. You need not cross them. This is something no one has ever told. Therefore, try to transcend them by following the path of jnana. By fulfilling your physical and mental desires, your desire for realizing the truth increases. They should not act as a hurdle for you. Those who want to realize the truth should not be deterred by the sayings of ignorant people that the path of realization is difficult and is like walking on a razor's edge. Remember, everyone has to undergo the prarabdha, be he an ordinary person or a jnani. In fact, by taking to spiritual path, you suffer less due to prarabdha because the cosmos or guru reduces its impact. Therefore, you should not be afraid of taking to spiritual path. You must take it with all the hopes and positive thinking. To reach the goal of self realization, you can take the road or boat or flight. These three paths are karma, bhakti, and jnana. By taking the road of karma, you have to cross many people on the road. You also have to go in narrow roads full of potholes. You have to negotiate through many types of vehicles. Frequently, you have to cross the roads to reach your destination. It is slow and difficult, or so it seems. But if you are selfless and have the sole aspiration of realizing the self, then the karma becomes karma yoga. By taking the boat of bhakti, you are limiting people. It is taken care of by the captain of the ship to take you to your destination. Sea pirates are the egos like I am a Rama Bhakta or I am a Krishna Bhakta, etc. Do not look down upon others. He who takes to the boat of bhakti has to have vinaya or humility, non possessiveness, and surrender. In Gita, Krishna says, do your duty by surrender. This is also Sharanagati Marga. Total surrender makes you oblivious of the prarabdha. It gives you wisdom. It leads to liberation. So do not get caught by anything. Identify such things and do not get near them. Do not blame the planets for any bad happenings. Planets are external. Identify your seat of self or individual. Mixing of emotions with the self results in ego. By mixing the self with God, you become one with God. So, surrender and faith are like the pleasant smell of a flower in the garden. It takes 6 hours by road to Madras. By flight, it takes just 20 minutes. It does not follow the rules of the road and navigation. You have to have full power to sustain the flight, otherwise, the law of gravitation will operate. This power is neither mental nor physical, but intellectual. Whatever way you may take or adopt, it is finally the intellect which makes you realize the truth. Using intellect to realize the truth is called Jnana Yoga. A lady visited the Kendra. She asked me how to get the grace of God. I told her, His blessings are everywhere. It falls equally everywhere, whether it is gutter or Ganges. When it falls on gutter, it remains as gutter only, and when it falls on Ganges, it becomes Ganges. Rain falls everywhere. Only where the land is ready with good seeds, good tilling, and good manure, seeds germinate, produce good plants, and you get good yield. Similarly, blessings are equal everywhere, but where the field is ready for sowing the seeds of devotion, manure of bhakti, then blessings falling in this field will result in fruits of jnana. Believe in God, you will feel Him in the heart once you start loving Him. Though His love is eternal and everlasting, when you install Him in the heart, then only you feel His love. Until you love Him, whatever you do is only worldly transaction for getting something from Him. This love is not the one found between husband and wife, or between parents and children, or even between lovers. The more you love God, the more you love yourself. If you know to love yourself, you expand yourself. You do not find any shortcomings in the world. You find that everything is happening for taking you to the truth. So, create the environment for God in you by loving yourselves. This love will make you one with God and finally lead you to self realization.